Hello to all the friends who are watching this teaching video. Next, I'll use the Chinese version of the software to conduct a full demonstration of its usage. When we open the software, on the left side is the functional area, which includes text-to-speech, TTS, audio editing, voice conversion, voice cloning, as well as the voice market derived from voice cloning. There are also my earnings, various expenses due to subscriptions and so on. In addition, there is the subscription introduction page, the API interface, and the settings page. Next, I'll interpret each function in detail. After opening the software, it will default to the text-to-speech page. It's very intuitive. The upper part is the text input area, and the lower part is the generation functional area. We can input some text in the text input box. For example, I input, "The weather in Hangzhou is very nice today, but it's really cold." Please note that the text input area at the upper part is limited to 1,000 characters each time. There is a translation button in the upper right corner. We can translate this Chinese sentence into English, Japanese, and Cantonese. Let's take a look at the generation functional area below. First of all, we need to choose who will do the speaking. Click on Select Role, and we can see that there are currently 372 official voice actors in total. Among them, there are males, females, children, teenagers, young people, middle-aged people, and the elderly. Below each role, there is an orange or blue label. Orange represents multimodal and blue represents monomodal. The so-called multimodal means that this voice model can generate hundreds of different language expression patterns, while monomodal can only generate according to the tone, intonation, and speech rate in the sample audio audition. First of all, let's take a look at the multimodal. We can see the character's avatar, character's name, the categories of emotion support, gender, and the description of the voice. Take this voice actress as an example. The description of the voice is middle-aged and young, capable and generous. Click on Sample Audio Audition, and you can hear what her voice sounds like.
你对声音的要求很高，我很欣赏你，希望你也能欣赏到我。
If I'm sure to use this voice, click on Select and Use, and it will become this voice actress here. If what is input above is Japanese, English, or Cantonese, in the second functional area, the corresponding language option also needs to be switched to the corresponding language. Next comes the most powerful part of our software's functions: emotion selection and emotion intensity. After clicking on the drop-down menu, we can find that we have divided human language expressions into several major categories, such as normal, happy, fearful, disgusted, surprised, angry, sad, crying, and so on. However, what we have done more than other similar software is that we have the second and third dimensions of voice control. Take happy as an example. Under the emotion of happy, the second step is to confirm in what kind of language state the speaker will conduct emotional language expression. The first one is talking to oneself, the second one is speaking in a low voice, the third one is whispering, the fourth one is speaking softly, the fifth one is speaking at a normal volume, the sixth one is speaking loudly, and the seventh one is shouting. Now let's choose speaking loudly. The third dimension is the control of emotion intensity. We have chosen happy. Is it a tiny bit of very weak happiness or extremely intense happiness? We have divided the intensity of emotions in a sentence into 5 levels, from weak to strong. You can choose the intensity of emotions by clicking with the mouse. For example, now we have chosen happy, speaking loudly, and the emotion intensity is at the 4th level. Then this middle section is set up. Then we can control the speed of this sentence, which ranges from -50 to +50. Below is the intonation, which can make the voice lower or higher. Then we click Generate. After a short while, this sentence will be presented with the emotion of happy in a loud voice and at the fourth level of intensity. Click play and you can hear the relevant voice.
今天杭州的天气非常不错，但是真的很冷。
Okay, now the audio has been generated. We have two options. If you want to download it, first go to the settings page to set the file download address. For example, we set the download address of the current audio to the download folder. Click confirm, and then go back to the text-to-speech page and click download. A prompt that the download is successful will appear at the upper part. If you need to do some audio editing after this audio is generated, such as adding reverb and other effects, you can click the Edit button and it will enter the second functional area, Audio Editing. Here, we can cut out the blank parts in the middle that you don't want. We can also select a part of the audio and adjust its gain, fade in and fade out in the Effects option. We also provide paragraph EQ, compressor, normalizer, graphic EQ, limiter, delay, distortion, reverb, speed adjustment for fast or slow playback, reverse playback, inversion, mute elimination, and so on. For example, if we want to add a reverb effect to this passage, we choose the reverb button and adjust the duration, wet-dry ratio, and so on in the Effects option. Click Apply, and this passage in the middle will have the reverb effect. After all the editing is completed, click Export File, input a custom file name, choose the file format, and then choose whether it is mono or stereo, whether to export the whole file or just the range selected with the mouse. Finally, click Export File, and the audio file will be saved in the directory. Okay, the above is the most basic and simplest way of using the software. We can quickly turn a sentence or a long passage of text into sound. There is a yellow button in the upper right corner named AI Copywriting Creation. This button can help many creators like vloggers create copywriting when they lack it. After clicking the button, a new dialog box will pop up. We provide users with 8 different copywriting writing templates in the way of text large model, including children's stories, game lines, anime lines, film and television lines, advertising copywriting, live streaming sales copywriting, travel voiceovers, affectionate confessions, and so on. As long as you input the content you want in the orange customizable input range and click Generate, the copywriting can be generated. Click Confirm, and the copywriting will enter the text input box. Then choose the speaker, choose the language and text, choose the emotion, choose the speech speed and intonation, and click Generate. We start from scratch. The AI helps you create text and then turn it into sound. Of course, the text we have seen above is more suitable for commentary and narration manuscripts. If you encounter film and television dialogue manuscripts, we recommend users to enter the Director mode. Click Director mode, and we can input a lot of dialogues here. For example, A says, "The weather is really nice today." B says, "What did you say?" The weather today is simply terrible. A says, again, "The sun is so bright today. Why do you say it's terrible?" B says again, "The ultraviolet rays are too strong and make me very uncomfortable." This is a very typical dialogue between A and B that will appear in radio dramas and film and television dramas. First of all, we need to divide the dialogues into lines. Click One-Click Arrangement, and the software will split the manuscript into language generation modules according to the lines. We can see that the first line is the line spoken by A, the second line is the line spoken by B, the third line is the line spoken by A again, and the fourth line is the line spoken by B again. We choose 1 and 3. They are all lines spoken by A. Then click the Batch Select Role button, set A as a male voice, click Sample Audio Audition.
早上好，亲爱的小朋友们，今天我们有很多有趣的活动等着大家哦。
Click Select and Use, then click Batch Select Emotion. Let's assume that A is praising the weather today in a very happy state. Choose Happy Loud, the emotion intensity is 4, the speech speed is not changed, the intonation is not changed, and click Confirm. At this time, 1 and 3 have been set up synchronously. Cancel the checkboxes of 1 and 3, choose 2 and 4. Similarly, click Batch Select Role. We set B as a female voice.
宝贝，你能多陪陪我吗？
Click Select and Use. Click Batch Select Emotion. We set all the emotions of B as disgusted, soft voice, and reduce the intensity of disgusted to 2. Click Confirm. At this time, all the lines spoken by B have been selected synchronously. Of course, you can also make individual selections one by one. At this time, we click Select All to select all the checkboxes of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then click Batch Generate. At this time, you will see that all the text is generating voice at the same time. After the generation is completed, click Play, and you can listen to them one by one.
今天天气非常不错。
你说什么？今天的天气简直糟糕透了。
今天太阳这么好，为什么说糟糕呢？
紫外线实在太强烈了，让我非常难受。
Okay, we think the expressiveness of these 4 sentences is quite good. So we want to download these 4 dialogues to our computer. At this time, when you move the mouse to the audio download button, 2 options will appear. The first is Batch Download, and the second is Merge Download. Batch Download means saving the 4 sentences as 4 separate files. Click it, and a prompt that the download is successful will appear. We enter the folder and can see the files named with the lines of the dialogue and the download time. The second download method is to merge all the 4 dialogues into the same audio file in order. Click Merge Download. You can rename the downloaded file. Click Save. This is the audio file with all the dialogues arranged in order. The above is the introduction to the operation of our first functional area, text-to-speech. The second functional area, audio editing, has already been demonstrated in the previous introduction, so I won't interpret it again. Let's look at the third functional area, voice conversion, also known as voice timbre migration. Click on it and we enter a blank interface. Click Add New File and import a male voice dialogue we just made. Then choose the role. We hope to convert this male voice into a female voice. Click Select and Use. Attention, the next is the core function of conversion. Move the mouse to the question mark prompt. Here it is prompted that for male-to-male or female-to-female conversion, please put the lever at the 0 position. For male-to-female conversion, please pull the lever to the 10 to 12 position. And for female-to-male conversion, pull the lever to the -10 to -12 position. Here we pull the lever to 12 to replace the male voice with a female voice and keep all the expression details such as the original speech speed, intonation, and emotion of the male voice, just changing the voice timbre. Click Convert. Let's listen to it comparatively. This is the original male voice,
今天天气非常不错。
and this is the converted female voice.
今天天气非常不错。
Let's try to convert the female voice to the male voice again. Import a female voice, choose the role, choose a male, click Select. For converting the female voice to the male voice, we need to pull the lever to the -10 to -12 position. We pull the lever to -12, click Convert. First, listen to the original voice.
你说什么？今天的天气简直糟糕透了。
Then listen to the converted male voice.
你说什么？今天的天气简直糟糕透了。
In addition to supporting the conversion of dialogue language between male and female voices, voice conversion also supports the conversion of singing voices. We import a female singing voice. Attention to the prompted that for female to male conversion, pull the lever to the -12 position. Click Convert, and we can hear the comparative voices.
到底要少得多虚伪，才能够融入这世界？每个人的脸上都像是贴了张一样的假面。
到底要少得多虚伪，才能够融入这世界？
每个人的脸上都像是贴了
Please
上
note
一
that
样的
only the
遮
models
面
with the V2 version corner mark at the lower right corner of the roll can support the conversion of singing voices. If the corner mark is V1, it only supports voice conversion and does not support the conversion of singing voices. Next, let's look at the fourth function, voice cloning. In the voice cloning interface, click the Create button in the upper right corner, and we can create a brand new model. Input the name of the model, choose the type of the model, whether it is text-to-speech or singing voice-to-singing voice. Choose the training type, whether it is monomodal training or multimodal training. Upload an avatar, choose the gender, choose the age. Child, teenager, young person, middle-aged person, elderly. Input the text description of the voice timbre, for example, adjectives like warm, middle-aged, bright, and so on. Next, please upload a sample voice for users to audition, that is, the voice that can be heard when clicking this button when choosing the role. Finally, input some brief introduction text, and then you can click Next. The monomodal training is very simple and consists of two parts. On the left side, add the audio content used by the AI to learn the voice timbre. First, choose whether the training is for Chinese, English, or Japanese. Below, import the audio for training. Please note that there are detailed prompts for the imported audio standards here. On the right side is the emotion configuration of the model. If I hope that my model presents a happy state, then please add an audio file in a happy state on the right side. Thus, the left side endows the model with the voice timbre, and the right side endows this voice timbre with emotional expression. Click Start Training, and a happy language model can be generated. For the convenience of users' use, we have also set the recording function in the interface. You can directly click Record, click the microphone button and start recording. Click Stop, and you will find that the audio you just recorded has appeared in the list. Then you can continue to record the second line of dialogue. Of course, you can also choose to continue clicking Record to generate the second one, continue recording, click Stop, and there will be the third one. At this time, we have 4 audio materials that can be provided for the AI to learn and train. Select all of them and click Submit. On the right side, you can also upload a voice content with obvious emotion by recording as a guiding file. Click Record.
我真的超级开心。
Select it and click Submit. Attention! Here you need to input the accurate text that is completely consistent and corresponds one by one with the above audio content.
我真的超级开心。
Let's summarize. On the left side, you can record or import the pre-recorded audio files into the framework for the AI to learn the voice timbre. The emotion configuration module on the right side can also import or record an audio file with clear emotional expressiveness. The combination of the two can generate a monomodal model with excellent expressiveness. Click Start Training, and you can see the training status. What you see now is some content that has been trained in advance. When the training is completed, you can click the Put on Shelf button, and then the voice timbre model upload user agreement will pop up. In the user agreement, we emphasize the legality requirements of voice timbre copyright very much. After clicking Agree, we can choose the authorization scenario, whether it is commercial or non-commercial. The authorization duration is 1 year or permanent, and the sales price. For example, I set it as 39.9 yen here. Click Put on Shelf, and your voice timbre model will appear in the voice market. The above is the creation and use of the monomodal model that we have introduced. We can also create a multimodal model. However, the establishment of a multimodal model is very difficult for non-professional users. After clicking Create Model, keep other contents unchanged and just change the category of the training model to multimodal. At this time, we can see that the types of audio that need to be recorded have increased significantly, divided into normal, happy, fearful, disgusted, surprised, angry, sad, crying, and so on. A perfect recording will take about 1 to 2 hours, and the training time will also be as long as more than 20 hours. So for ordinary users, there is no need to establish a multimodal model. From the perspective of business development, we prefer to invite professional voice actors or actors in an invitation-based manner. Next, let's introduce the fifth function, the voice market. After entering the voice market, we will see the voice timbre models put on the shelf by users, or with marked prices, for other users to purchase and use. We can see the avatars, names, voice timbre introductions, and other details set by users. We can click the Generate button to hear the preset dialogues. The preset dialogues include various languages such as Chinese, English, and Japanese. We choose this English sentence, click Generate, and we can hear the expressiveness of this line. If I'm satisfied with this voice, I can click Purchase and then make an online purchase. After the purchase, the purchased model will appear in My Models on the Select Role page. We can also invite enterprises or brands to settle in. Under one brand, there may be many voice actor models. We will also invite language expression artists to settle in, such as professional voice actors, famous actors, and so on. Next, let's understand the sixth function together, My Earnings. The interface you see now is the interface of my account. I have cloned 4 models and put them on the shelf in the voice market, and many users have purchased them. So from the My Earnings page, I can see the orders generated by each model at different time points and the commission earnings brought to me. In the environment of mainland China, we require users to fill in the receiving information, including bank card numbers, ID photos, and other relevant materials. On the 10th of each month, we will transfer the voice timbre sales commission that they deserve for the previous month to them through bank transfer. The next functional area is My Expenses. For example, if I spent some funds to purchase these models, they will all be displayed on the My Expenses page. Next comes the detailed content of the software subscription page. Currently, we provide a free version, a 7-day membership, a standard version lifetime membership, a professional version lifetime membership, and auxiliary consumption resource packages. I won't introduce this page in detail here. After the English version of the software is completed, please carefully refer to the detailed information in the English version. Next, I'll introduce the API interface. If you are not an individual user but an enterprise user, or if you are a game developer and hope to integrate our voice generation function into your product in the form of an API interface, you can click the Create button here, and then you can obtain the relevant information of the API interface. The next functional area is Settings. Here you can set the file download address, the download format, and the download file name. Below, there are also input interfaces for contact email and problem feedback. The last one is the account information interface. After clicking on the avatar, the membership level, nickname, avatar, validity period, character consumption amount, personal information, and so on will appear. So far, the functions of the software have been basically introduced. Thank you for watching.